And getting the silhouette down as low as possible was a major concern for US for these vehicles. The following year, 1942, the later 3/4 ton version came in, which was a much lower silhouette, much wider, also a lot more stable in the afternoon. Do have a close look around it. It really is quite something. Believe it or not, that arrived with Richard in a series of pallets. Very rusty content, so the fact that it looks the way it does today is nothing shy of miraculous. Very, very nice 1941 Dodge half-ton weapons carrier.
And what is towing behind it is the early war 37mm anti-tank gun. I say early war because it was replaced by a copy of the British 6-pounder. We're going to see one of those. Now 37mm, 3.7 centimetres, the size of the hole at the end of the barrel. The Germans and the Russians basically built the same gun at about the same time. America buys a license too, and the Germans have added more armour, up-armoured their vehicles. Forget it, it doesn't work in quite the same way. So we're going to see then, they're going to set up these guns, because they were small and light, were laser issued to America. Yeah, just make sure you've got the lead well controlled. So 37mm, not a big scale. You can see the size of it compared to the next size up is about 57mm. That's about the 6-pounder size. And before the end of the war, they've gone on to even larger anti-tank guns. But by the end of World War II, already they're starting to decide that towing an anti-tank gun is just, they're going to get too big. Britain, we go from the 2-pounder, the 6-pounder to the 17-pounder, even
is a long-defunct British lorry and bus manufacturer. But during the Second World War, they made these and 1500 weights. They also made a quad, specific field artillery tractor with a beetle back similar to one of the quad. Very purposeful front end to that vehicle. A face only a mother could love. But very distinctive and stunning in its own ugly way, much like its owner. Luckily you can't hear that I said that. But very, very few.
Field artillery. The difference, obviously, an anti-tank gun in the title, it tends to fire a flat trajectory shot straight at the target, which again, anti-tank, a tank tends to be the target, with as much force or kinetic energy behind the round as possible to smash through the enemy's armour. Tank gun, the 6-pounder, it can traverse. So it can follow a target just by the weight of the gunner's shoulder against the shield there. He can move that around. And again, from the point of view, track a target. And a 6-pounder, it can penetrate a tremendous amount of armour plate. And we, in Britain, because we've got access to tungsten, we'll see the 37mm fire now, so they're ready.
Number 3 gun! 3 gun!
7mm wins that one, but we've got the 25-pounder. Let's go for the 25-pounder. So with the 25-pounder, obviously